What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. As you know, I took about a week and a half off from YouTube for personal reasons. We achieved our goal on what we set out to do, so it was total success. I thank all of you for understanding that I did have to take some time off, but I am now back. I thought the perfect timing for this was the beginning of a brand new month because it just made sense to me. Start off fresh and brand new at the beginning of May. So as you guys know, on the first of every single month, I reveal my brand new movie watching challenge and I let you guys know the theme of the month. And so the theme for the month of May, I'm very excited about all of these movies because I am going with 80s and 90s nostalgia films. All of these movies that are sitting next to me, I remember watching back in the day, or I wanted to. I have a great mix of movies that I remember watching nonstop during the 80s and 90s, but also films that I vaguely remember and I remember wanting to watch them back in the day, or I just never got around to watching them for some reason. So I have a nice mix sitting next to me. I am very excited about this movie watching challenge for the month of May because 80s and 90s nostalgia films, I just completely adore. So I am really hyped up for all of these films. So the first movie that I'm going to show you actually is not from the 80s or 90s. This film came out a couple of years ago, but the sequel is coming out towards the end of May. So of course I have to refresh my memory and I want to revisit it before the sequel comes out. It is Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, but the next movie is not Part 2. It's just called The Final Reckoning. But regardless, I really enjoyed this movie. And so I am looking forward to rewatching this film. And the trailer for the new movie has been playing nonstop at the movie theater. I've seen it so many times. So I'm really looking forward to, just going back and revisiting this group of characters. And I just can't wait to see The Final Reckoning. Is this the final Mission Impossible movie? We'll see. Maybe with Tom Cruise. Who knows? Maybe somewhere down the line they will bring the franchise back, 20, 30 years from now. Who knows? Who knows what they're going to do? But I think as of right now, the upcoming new film, The Final Reckoning, is the final Mission Impossible film. But I'm looking forward to rewatching this one. Had a great time watching that. Also, we do have a brand new Final Destination movie coming out mid-May called Bloodlines. Now, I would like to revisit some, if not all, of the previous Final Destination movies. And I was looking because I have the 5-movie Blu-ray collection pack. I don't know where it is. I didn't look in one certain spot. I think I'm going to do that later on today, but for some reason I could not find it in time to film this video. In case I can't find it though, it is streaming on Max. All 5 movies, because I looked, I wanted to check. And all 5 of the Final Destination movies are streaming on Max right now. So just in case I can't find my collection pack on Blu-ray, I can always stream them. So those are other movies that I do want to revisit before the brand new film comes out. Okay, I think that's it as far as, revisiting franchises like I always do. This is the time of year for that. We're going into summer movie season, and there's a ton of movies that I'm going to be revisiting because new installments are coming out. So it's going to be a lot of watching. That's why I call this a challenge, because it's always a challenge to try to watch every single movie that I'm about to show you. So I do have a lot in the pile. However, a lot of these movies are like 80 minutes long, 90 minutes long. That makes it very easy for me to knock out 2 movies in one night. So I'm actually starting off with some DVDs, believe it or not. I went through my DVD pile. I knew some titles that I did want to bring out for this challenge. And the number one movie I had to bring out is Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. I love and adore this movie so much. If one movie deserves a Blu-ray, it is this. I don't think we'll ever get a 4K for this film. If we ever did, it would be a miracle. But a Blu-ray is desperately needed for Don't Tell Mom. This movie is so good. This came out in the 90s, I believe. I think when I was talking about this movie before, I made a mistake and I said it was from the 80s. It's not. It's either 90 or 91. I'm trying to see if it's on here. I'm not seeing it, but I know it's from the 90s. This is like a time capsule of the 90s, I swear. If you see this movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I love this film. I have not seen it in a while, so I am so excited to revisit that one. But you know what? There is another movie that desperately needs a Blu-ray. It's Encino Man. I have not seen this movie in forever. And of course, with the resurgence of Brendan Fraser's career, we got Pauly Shore. I love Pauly Shore in Encino Man and also in, oh my gosh, Son-in-Law. I blanked for a second. I absolutely love and adore Pauly Shore in Son-in-Law, but I watch that movie every single Thanksgiving, so I don't need to rewatch that movie right now in this pile, so I chose Encino Man. I cannot even remember the last time I saw this movie. I am just so freaking excited. I told you, I am hyped up. Last night when I was pulling all these movies from my collection, I was just getting so excited about all of them. Another one that I'm just jonesing to watch is Back to School with Rodney Dangerfield. I just cannot wait. My dad loves this movie. We all love this movie. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And the final DVD that I chose, this is one of those movies that I vaguely remember from my youth, but I don't actually remember ever seeing it. And a subscriber sent this over. It's called Rumple Stiltskin with Amy Irving. Like I said, I kind of remember this. Very, very vague though, but I do want to make a point to check that one out. Okay, so those are all the DVDs. Now, I did pull 2 4Ks. So the first one is Hook. Never seen it. I know. Every single time I mention that, someone comments like, Susan, what is your problem? You've never seen Hook. I vaguely remember bits and pieces of Hook, but I don't remember sitting down and watching this movie from beginning to end at all. I have no recollection of that. So this is going to be fun. I mean, obviously, Robin Williams, Dustin Hoffman, Julia Roberts, she's Tinkerbell, right, in the movie. She's like a little sassy Tinkerbell or something. So this is going to be a lot of fun. Can't wait for that one. And considering I grew up in the 80s and 90s, this is going to be a huge surprise that I've never seen War Games. I've heard about War Games. I've had this 4K, back there in my collection, sitting in the never seen it pile, collecting dust, probably for about 2 years. This is the perfect time. Now is the time for War Games. All right, so now everything else are regular Blu-rays, and the first one, did you guys know that the movie Mannequin received a sequel? Well, it did. Mannequin 2, On the Move. I remember this movie from back in the day. This has Kristy Swanson, who played the original Buffy in the movie version of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. She is in this film. I guess they couldn't entice Kim Cattrall and Andrew McCarthy back for the sequel, so they created a completely different mannequin that comes to life with an attractive young man that is attracted to this mannequin. I don't know. Back in the day, I had a crush on him. I thought he was good looking. I think he is. He still is. Here, I don't know about real life, but this movie, man, I have not seen this. I can't even tell you how long it's been since I've seen Mannequin 2, On the Move. Okay, so this is a movie I've heard of. It's from the 90s. I've always wanted to watch it, but I never have. It is called Heart and Souls with Robert Downey Jr. I know, between last month and this month, I feel like, or 2 months ago, I'm on like this Robert Downey Jr. kick. I've been watching so many movies of his that I have not seen, but that's a good thing because, you know, the pile's getting high. It's a little bit stacked. So this is good that I'm getting through this. But it seems like, you know, a great all-star cast. You have Charles Grodin in the movie as well. And, oh, what's her name? Elizabeth Shue. Forgot her name for a second. Elizabeth Shue's in here. You know, you got great actors, so I think this is going to be a good choice. I wanted to pull some variety. There's no John Hughes movies in here. I'll probably watch all John Hughes movies in its own separate month. I'm just going to binge on John Hughes because, I mean, he defined the 80s and the early 90s, but I wanted to save all those movies for another time. So you're not going to see Weird Science or Breakfast Club or Pretty in Pink or Some Kind of Wonderful. None of those movies are in here. These are like the other movies. Now that I said that, is this John Hughes? No. This is Chris Columbus directed this one, written by someone else. Okay, I thought for a second this might be John Hughes, but it's not. Adventures in Babysitting. I've not seen this in forever. It has one of the best openings on the planet. We all know this. If you've seen the movie, you know. So I'm looking forward to this revisit. Lots of fun there. Okay, so back in the day, in the 90s, Alicia Silverstone was the it girl. Like in 93, 94, she was it. She was in the Aerosmith videos. She was in The Crush. That was the first movie I ever saw her in. And I don't know, like she was everywhere. And then Clueless happened and she just, you know, exploded and then she kind of like faded out. But this movie, Exs Baggage, I have not seen. For some reason, it just went over my head back in the day. And so I picked this up, I think, during a Hamilton book sale or something for like $4.95 because I remember hearing about the movie from back in the day in the 90s when this film came out, because this came out in, I think, 95 or 97. It came out in 97. I was 17 years old. So this was right after Clueless because Clueless came out in 95. So this was a couple of years after. And I'm looking forward, obviously, because I've never seen it. And also, if you guys can see, who's that? Benicio del Toro. A young Benicio del Toro in this movie before he was like known Benicio del Toro. So that'll be a lot of fun. All right, here's a classic, Roxanne. Plus we have a very nice VHS slipcover on this Blu-ray. So Roxanne, Steve Martin, and Daryl Hannah, right? Yeah, Daryl Hannah, classic tale. Haven't seen it in a really, really, really long time. I love Steve Martin. I do. Like, Steve Martin can pretty much make me laugh all the time. So I'm really looking forward to that one. As I always say, I'm looking forward to all of them. And I always overuse the phrase, but I can't help it. Okay, this movie needs a revisit. Big with Tom Hanks. Classic film. I cannot even tell you the last time I saw this movie. So I pulled that one. Now this movie, my mom loves this film. It has a great ensemble cast. One of the best ensemble casts, I think, ever. And it's I Love You to Death. I'm not really sure if this movie is very well known to a lot of you out there. But if you've not seen I Love You to Death, you really need to give this movie a try. I want to say try and chance at the same time, and something weird came out. You really need to give this movie a chance. There we go. You have got Kevin Kline, Tracy Ullman, River Phoenix, Joan Plowright, William Hurt, and Keanu Reeves all in the same movie. This movie is so good. It's fantastic. Love it. Love it. Love it. Okay, so this film, I have not seen it, but I've always wanted to watch it. I wanted to watch it back in the day. Why I didn't, I don't know, but it's Cool World. Cool World. This has been sitting over in my never seen it pile for a while, so it is now time. It is now time. Kim Basinger, Brad Pitt. This was back in the day before Brad Pitt was like known, right? What year did this come out? 92. Yeah, this was really before Brad Pitt was Brad Pitt. So that'll be good. All right. I have a feeling I'm really going to love this movie from the 80s. It is Girls Just Want to Have Fun. I have no idea what this movie is about. I don't. But I think I picked this up because it was on sale somewhere, so I grabbed it. Sarah Jessica Parker, Helen Hunt, and the late Shannon Doherty is in this movie. Also, Robert Downey Jr. is in this film as well. I know that because I had to pull this for my Robert Downey Jr. film collection. But I don't think he's in the movie all that much. I think he has like one scene or something. He's like in and out. I don't know, but he's in the movie regardless. So Girls Just Want to Have Fun. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Okay. I went to the movie theater to see this movie because I had a crush on Jonathan Brandis. I think we all did in the early 90s. It is Ladybugs. Does anyone else remember this movie? Please tell me that you do. Rodney Dangerfield as a soccer coach. And it is just, this movie is such ridiculous fun. It is so good. It's so funny. It's so 90s. And you'll know what I mean if you've seen this movie or if you have yet to watch it and you do watch it. After you see it, you will know exactly why I say it's so 90s. It just is such a great film. And some of these movies, I don't think my mom has seen. So I can't wait to watch these with her to see her reaction to these films because some of them are kind of out there. All right, next up. Is this John Hughes? This might be John Hughes. I don't know. I'm not seeing his name anywhere. He Said, She Said. Or you know what? She's Having a Baby. I got it confused because Kevin Bacon is in both of those movies. So He Said, She Said. Also Elizabeth Perkins as well. I vaguely remember this movie, but if you like were strangling me or something and said, Susan, tell me the plot line of He Said, She Said, I couldn't tell you. I really honestly, I would be dead. I would be dead and gone because I could not tell you. So this has been sitting in the collection. Gotta watch it. Now's the time. Oh, I'm so looking forward. This is a favorite from back in the day. Inner Space. Inner Space. I love Inner Space. Martin Short is in here. You've got Meg Ryan, Dennis Quaid. This is such a great movie. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait. I haven't watched this since I bought it. That's such a shame. And this is such a memory. I used to watch this back in the day so many times. I think like when it was on HBO, whenever it was on, I was watching it. It didn't matter if it was right at the beginning or towards the end or in the middle. Like if I was flipping through the channels and I came across Inner Space, hit the brakes. I'm watching Inner Space. Like I have very fond memories of this movie. Cannot wait for that one. Okay. Okay. We got Beaches. And the reason why I kind of like slow down everything is because we all know, or if you don't know, Beaches is a very dramatic movie. Like pretty much every single film that I've shown you so far is lighthearted fun. It's fluff. These are fluff movies. They're quick 80, 90-minute films. Beaches takes you on an emotional ride. And so you got to mix it up. Everything can't be fun and fluffy. You got to have some dramatic thrown in, and that's where Beaches comes in. So you have Bette Midler and also Barbara Hershey. This is brand new. I just broke the plastic off of this before filming the video, so I have not watched it yet. I have seen that movie, but not for a while. But I do remember watching that like all the way through. So I know what happens, but it's been a while since I've seen it. Okay, so we're revisiting this one. By the way, this is a double pack. We have St. Elmo's Fire on the bottom. I'm not sure if I'm going to include St. Elmo's Fire. That one's getting a 4K, by the way, very soon. I think in June. St. Elmo's is getting a 4K from Sony. But About Last Night, I want to revisit that movie because I think when I pulled this double pack before, I watched St. Elmo's Fire, but I kind of fell asleep through this movie up top here, About Last Night. So I'm falling asleep right now. I don't know what's going on. So I did not get through that movie. I vowed to rewatch it again. So now's the time. Now is the time. Okay. All right. So let's just hold both of these up at the same time because It's an original and it's sequel. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby. Never Ending Story. Never Ending Story Part 1. I didn't even realize there was a Part 2. I did not. I've only seen the Never Ending Story. So, but that one I have not seen. I could not tell you. Like probably late 80s, early 90s. I don't know. When did this even come out? I don't even know. But back in the day, whenever this movie first came out, that is the last time I watched it. It is time. It is time to revisit. The sequel, like I said, I had no idea it existed. And bonus, Jonathan Brandis is in this movie as well. So maybe I'll have a double, Jonathan Brandis night and watch this movie and Ladybugs. Who knows? I don't know. But Never Ending Story, if you are talking 80s and 90s nostalgia, these movies definitely are a part of that. Or at least the first one for me, because that's the only one that I've seen. All right, from the 90s, Romy and Michelle. Romy and Michelle's high school reunion. I don't remember the exact date that it came out, but I remember this came out right along the time when my prom was happening. I want to say junior year or something. So I do remember this was like the late 90s. This is a very 90s movie. Like very, very 90s movie. I hear they're trying to make a sequel for this. I'm not really sure why. I don't really think Romy and Michelle needs a sequel after all these years, but I guess we'll find out if that plan comes to life. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with that. We'll see. Willow. Finally, I'm finally going to watch Willow. And I'm looking forward, especially because Val Kilmer just passed away. Obviously, he's one of the characters in this movie, so it'll be nice to watch another film with Val Kilmer. I randomly pulled this movie. We got Wildcats. Never seen it, but it is from the 80s. 86. Goldie Hawn, football movie. We got some early stars in the movie. We have Woody Harrelson right up here and Wesley Snipes right there. So that'll be fun. I think this will be a fun, good time. And my final movie that I have physically, there is one more film that I do plan on watching. I don't have the physical, but it is on streaming. But the last physical copy that I'm going to show you, Reality Bites. I've never seen it. I know, it's embarrassing considering I am such a Winona Ryder fan. I love Winona Ryder. Like, I feel like I grew up with her during the 80s and 90s time period. I loved her movies. But for some reason, during the 90s, I just never watched Reality Bites. And during the 90s, when this movie came out, it's like everyone could relate to this film. Probably because I was too young. I was a teenager. I think this came out in like 94. I was 14 years old. So I really wasn't like relating to any of what they were going through in this movie yet. So I'm sure now I will relate to a lot of this stuff or have experienced what they're experiencing in this movie. But I'm really looking forward to watching this one. And the final film that I plan on streaming, I did not even realize this movie was available. It's on Disney Plus. It's Return to Oz. If you guys, I'll put the poster right here next to me, Return to Oz. If you guys have not seen Return to Oz, it is such a great movie. Like, I love it so much. Some of you may not, I don't want to say may not get it, but it may not click with you for some reason. But if you grew up in the 80s and 90s and you remember Return to Oz, the Wheelers, like they were so creepy and so scary when I was younger back in the day. It's about Dorothy returning to Oz. She's played by a completely different character. It's or a completely different actress, I should say. It's Fairuza Balk, who we know as Nancy from The Craft, a younger Nancy. She's in this movie. I mean, it is so good. It may seem a little tacky. It may seem a little tacky and a little weird to some of you if you do decide to join me in this challenge and watch Return to Oz. It may not click with you. And that is okay, because, and the reason I say that is because I know a lot of you are a younger generation than I. But if you're in your 30s and 40s, 50s even, like, you're going to remember this movie. So this is definitely a film that I plan on watching. I'm so excited. I am so excited. The last time I saw Return to Oz was probably 25 years ago or something like that. I remember watching this film all the time, non-stop, because I loved The Wizard of Oz and anything associated with Oz I wanted to watch. And so Return to Oz, I just cannot wait. It is going to be such a joy to watch this movie. So a little ambitious, I know. There's a lot of movies here, plus this is not including whatever I receive for review copies from studios. So we will see how many movies I can get through in the month of May. If you guys want to take a guess, then feel free, comment down below and let me know. But if you want to share what you plan on watching in the month of May, or if you want to talk about the start of summer movie season, whatever you want to talk about, feel free to leave a comment down below. Thank you so much for watching this video today. It's awesome to be back. I cannot wait. I have to plan out my May calendar for the month of all the videos that I'm trying to do. It's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you again. Don't forget to like and subscribe before you leave, and I'll see you next time.